This started it basically in this town, didn't it? This race was basically the first big race, and it's grown and grown and grown year in and year out. Why is this race so popular?
I think it's that combination of really focusing a little more on having youth age groups, working with the Adair County Family YMCA, having a tot trot, first one of the kids' events that had occurred. We moved away from a Saturday morning format, going to a Thursday evening at 7 o'clock, and all of a sudden it was unique. Didn't fit the same mode. Seemed to pull people who wouldn't normally run in some of the races into this sort of an event. I think that's part of the formula.
And the other thing I would think is you have a nice mix. You have the hardcore guys. You have the 20 or 25 men and women who are hardcore runners, and you probably have 100 people who aren't hardcore runners who are just out there to have a good time and make it a social event.
Yeah, and when you offer age division opportunities to win a first, second, or third, and a male or a female, 50 and over, 60 and over, and people just kind of envision themselves as running against people their same age. I also think one of our positives have been that we alternate running it at the YMCA and then back over here on the AT Still campus, but our course has stayed the same. So you can easily compare your prior time on the same course to this year's time, and that's not a bad way to measure whether you're improving or not. Whether you're winning, you might be improving, and for a lot of us, if you're a couple years older and you're running the same or better, you're winning.
And as far as the course over here at AT Still, it's really pretty easy on everybody too, isn't it?
What's that?
It's pretty easy on everybody. There's not a lot of hills. There's not a lot of, isn't there?
Yeah, you know,
Well, talk to me about the course that you're going to run this year.
well, the course is very similar to what we've done in the past, but I would agree there's one hill about mid-course, and then for the last half mile or so, you are running downhill, and that seems to leave people with a pretty favorable feeling at the end. Certainly, our intent is to make it a runner's race. You know, if you're going to have some challenges, let them be early, let yourself find a stride, and feel great coming into the finish line. I think that is formula, once again, to have people have a positive experience.
Do you have like a favorite story in all the years that you've been doing this? You got one that maybe stands out?
Well, the two things that I think I like about what we do with this Twilight event is the overall first place male gets the Max Lewis Trophy, and Max was a student at Truman State University back in the day, and he ran cross country for Truman, and then he had an accident and he became a quadriplegic. Max isn't dead, but Max has gone on to make a lot out of his life, and that's why the winning overall male gets the name trophy for Max Lewis. The winning woman's trophy is called the Hannah Hartsock Trophy. Hannah had been a La Plata high school girl who ran track, and she won her age division back in the 14 and under time, and maybe even the 14 to 18. But Hannah has since passed away from leukemia. And, you know, these memorable thoughts of having young people come and kind of cut their teeth on the Twilight is what I think is one of my fondest parts about this. Certainly, we're looking forward to having a bunch of little kids running a tot trot, followed by certainly offering a 1 mile for an entry level also. And I think it's going to be a fun race. And this is July 16th, 7 p.m. on a Thursday night. Starts and finishes right here at the AT Still Thompson Campus Center.
You put this race on. When's the last time you ran in this race?
Maybe 10 years ago.
Will we ever see you again? Will you ever run in this race again?
There's some of the problem with being somewhat successful and getting people to come to your event is it kind of makes some of the race officials and directors are pretty high demand at the finish line. So, you know, we'll do our best. I try to get my active fix in every chance I get. Certainly looking forward to running in the 4th of July Food Bank Firecracker 5K in downtown Kirksville. Don't have quite as big a role in that one, so that's advantageous for me. We've done this bike ride to benefit Flats. We called it the Hilliest Flats Ride. ever in the past. And I think this is the third year for holding it on the holiday, that is the 4th of July. And this year it'll be on Friday, July 3rd. Check in at 7 a.m. at Thousand Hills State Park. And there's some options of riding 6 miles or riding 18 miles or riding 62 miles. And there's also a participant 3-mile walk that'll take place at Thousand Hills. All the proceeds go to benefit the Forest Lake Area Trail System, or what we commonly call flats. Margaret Hugelin is the one coordinating this event, and we're certainly hoping to give people of the area another opportunity to get out on their bikes and take part in an organized ride, not a race, but a ride, promoting the idea that we're going to get a trail from the downtown central business district of Kirksville out to Thousand Hills State Park, and that would be the Flats Trail, and this is a fundraiser to help make that a reality.
A 62-mile ride, how long will that take?
Well, depending on your skill set, you know, a 10-mile-an-hour bike is fairly slow. A 20-mile-an-hour bike is very fast. So this will take a little more than 3 hours, and I think it'll take less than 5 hours. It does go off at 7 a.m. with trying to get everybody done by noon.
But for the people that are just more pedestrian, so to speak, that will ride in the other 2 races, just something nice to do, get out, it's a nice day and nice time, and just have a good time. Yeah,
and the 18-mile ride is very similar to what the 18 miles for the Northeast Missouri Triathlon, and that is leaves the park on Route 157, heads east towards Kirksville on Highway 6, goes up Industrial Road, Route B for a couple of miles, turns around, and returns to the park. So that 18-mile ride is really a 9-mile out and a 9-mile back, and that's a very comfortable ride. The shorter route will start out by the dining lodge area and go out Route 157 and come back into the park, just more or less an out and back, about 3 miles. Give everybody an opportunity to go the distance that they prefer, and really just another opportunity to get active in Kirksville.